Hi, 3D printers. It's Miss Cat here in my STEAM lab. You can see all the craziness behind me. Here to give you your next 3D printing challenge. Your next challenge is going to be to create a ring for your mom, for yourself, for your brother, your dad, your aunt, anybody who might like a ring. We're going to walk through the tutorial on how to make a basic ring, and then you'll be able to play around with that. And I think many of the tools you've already learned to build a shape to put on the top of the ring. And then again, please email it to us. Let us know if you'd like us to print it out for you. I'll tell you more about that again at the end of our session today. So first I'm going to share my screen. You will see here that we are at the beginning of the basic ring tutorial. So again, log into your Tinkercad, go into lessons and find this basic ring tutorial. And that's what's going to help you make it through here with me. So basic ring, there's some cool things we're going to learn here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to drag a cylinder to the work plane and make it a hole. Now, none of you are new to 3D printing and you've made your keychains, you know how the holes work, but this is just kind of a cool way to work with it and manipulate the holes and the actual solids together. So I'm going to grab my cylinder. If you guys are experts, you'll see that the cylinders as holes already exist up here. Now you know Tinkercad delineates a hole with these gray lines, whereas a solid is a solid color. So you could do one of two things. You could do what I did, drag your cylinder out there like that as a hole already, or take your cylinder onto the hole and then make it a hole. Either way is going to work fine. I'm going to delete that because I did the first thing. So here we go. We've made a hole. The cylinder should be scaled to fit the finger it is being made for. We will use 17 millimeters for the diameter in this example, but we can always adjust it. So if your little sister or your big brother has a different sized finger, you can measure around the finger to see how many millimeters it is and then make a ring that fits that size. Now, my son, who's 12 years old, pointed out to me in our chess piece tutorial that I really messed up when it came to diameter. I only moved one side of the shape to be smaller rather than both sides of the shape. And I've recently learned that if you highlight everything in Tinkercad and hit shift, then you see how it says 20 by 20, we want it to be 17 by 17. We can drag that and both of those dimensions will change at the same time. Now, I also want to point out that that will actually also change the height of the shape, which turned out for me as I did this the first time was kind of a problem because as you can see, they want the hole to be quite long. And that's because the hole needs to go through the actual solid that we're going to create. So I'm going to make the hole, it can be as tall as you want. I'm going to make it 46, doesn't even matter, as long as it's larger than the 20 that our actual ring is going to be so that the hole will show up. Drag a cylinder shape to the work plane. This will make the outside of the ring. So you see they're demonstrating it there for us. I'm gonna drop that right there and you can see the hole that I made goes significantly taller. And look, it looks to me like it might be kind of broken or too small. So since we use 17 millimeters, we'll scale the diameter to 21 millimeters. Oh, maybe that's the problem. So let's go ahead and again, shift. It's 17. Oop, that's the hole. We don't want that. We want the hole to say 17. We want the solid to become 21. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Next. Select both shapes and scale them to a height of 4 millimeters. So remember, we click, we select all. I'm going to group the shapes up here using our grouping tool. And then let's make them 4 millimeters. Done. Next. Rotate the ring so it is standing up on the work plane. Now, if all you wanted to do was to make a ring and print it, this is actually would be perfect. There's no reason to make it stand up. And in fact, that would make it harder to print in reality on our 3D printer, as you could imagine. But since we're going to be building something on top of the ring as your challenge, it is important for us to rotate it up. So I'm going to select it and I'm going to, remember how this is hard for me to do this. I'm going to rotate it up. And you will see 90 degrees, of course, you know, going from flat So straight up and down is going to be a 90-degree change. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how to make it turn in this direction, but I do know that this is the right orientation of my ring. But now it's below the work plane. So I'm going to drag that up so it's aligned with the work plane. Go back home as we've learned. And there we go. There we have it. Again, you know, I'm not great at this. I'm learning too. But your challenge now is to make that ring however you can, and then to go ahead and put something on top of it, a shape, an elephant, a star, a diamond, anything that you want to on top of it, and send that to me and we can print it. All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to say good luck with this challenge. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you so much.